Well, now that is quite the sight. One trip back from the iron mine, my inventory is not even all that well cleaned out, and I have 825 iron. I'm going to have to take advantage of that again for sure. But one problem from the last recording, you may remember, I don't have a source of nickel. Good source of nickel, so I think I have to use the dirt here, the ground here, so let's see about cobbing something together. Where's my blueprints here? An ore detector, I hadn't even... let me get back to that thought. But first, I want to get a hinge. And I don't have any hinges there. So here is an assembler. Here's the hinges. Hinges are all down here, unlocked by a battery. Alright. Assembler to battery. And then the hinges. So if I can then put a hinge out there and then have it be an articulating arm with a drill head on it, I can then scoop up all this stuff. And then I could actually even put a piston on it as well and get all of the, keep having it go out and pick up and out and out. Maybe eventually it'll get too heavy for the one hinge, but then I can just keep going back and forth there, right? So, and that should get me more than enough nickel to get me mobile, get me moving. I need to enact that plan where where is he? Station. I need to get 36 kilometers away from the station, and then pick a direction and circumnavigate until I am, I found the place. So, yeah. The place. Man, I keep forgetting my words when I talk. It's the abandoned outpost on the ground that has a satellite link to the station. That'll be my first step in getting back up there. At least. But I think right now what I'm going to do is focus on getting this assembler finished built, which is a bunch of computers. Computers take a bunch of silicon. How much silicon do I actually have? 80. Can I make... Ooh, well, I could actually... probably just make 100 of them right now. Yeah, I don't... Alright. Well, there we go. Actually, here, I'll use the production menu. Components. Draw. Add. Shift middle mouse button. All components were successfully put into production. No, don't need that again. Let's get it off the build planner there. Let's get that off the build planner there. And I'm gonna cut it short on those steel plates, but look at that. I'm not gonna have enough iron, maybe? $10 motors is definitely not going to be enough nickel for that, so I'm gonna have to go back in the hole and get more dirt. I'll spare you that part. Oh, I got up here and it's finished crafting, so that should mean Yeah, there we go. A functional assembler. Huzzah. There we go. More blocks unlocked. Now, should I worry about, like, taking any of the things off the top of that? I don't know. Maybe they're providing a little bit of armor. Oh. Oops. I'll leave it whole for now, in case I desperately need it. Alright. On to figuring out the drill. So, I've unlocked a lot more. I think it was a battery I needed to make. But I don't want to make a giant battery. I'm going to make a small battery. Cannot withdraw 20 steel plate. Oh, that's because that's there. There we go. And yeah, because that's only going to use up 2 power cells. And those are going to be scarce for me right now. Hey, look at that. I learned how to make a battery. And look at that. I picked up the battery. Oh, hey, I finally got the... Look at that. I got those out of my inventory. Jeez. Alright, so... That stone keeps going into the survival kit, not into the basic refinery. That's frustrating. I'm gonna have to fix that. Well, I don't know that there is any way to fix it. I'm gonna have to keep track of it. Put it that way. Let's keep all of this together. And yeah. Okay. Designing a drill arm here. Let's... Hey, look at that. We got a hinge now. So let's clear off our hotbar here. I put the gun in the cabinet because I didn't want to have, I don't know, too much to worry about. Let's see. There's a hinge, the hinge part. Let's rotate it that way. And I got a steel plate out of it. Rotate it, place it, and alright, so hinge, and let's lock it in place for now. Alright, so large steel tubes, I might be able to get those out of that, but I might also be able to just make things. Let's add the part to the list. My list has got just the hinge and the hinge part on it, and let's add it to production. Let's see if I have enough materials. Oh, not going to do that. Well, at least it's loaded into the basic assembler. Better than it defaulting to the survival kit. And I'm shy some iron. I think I'm gonna drop off this hydrogen bottle. Can't drop off the med kits. can drop off an oxygen bottle. And I'm going to go get myself some more iron ore. It's right up this way, and I've got that very nice tunnel I dug out for it. Just got to find that again. Alright, I'll bring you guys back when I'm working on the next stuff. Alright, back with a load of Alt, there we go. Alt, middle mouse button deposits everything. And that should turn into a bunch of nice iron. Let's see, I need the steel plate. Plate there. And it's making plate and everything. So, all components successful. Now, attached to this, do I want to do a piston first and then a drill, or do I do just the drill? Ooh, 180 steel plate. Yeah, that I might start salvaging that top for. But you know, a piston first, this doesn't take much. Pistons, yeah. With a piston attached, I'll be able to get the drill out about there, and I can drop it and punch out with the piston. And that'll give me a lot. It'll take a while to get it so it's pointing straight down. But yeah, let's do that. All right. I'm gonna cob this together, and I'll bring you back in a bit. All right, I just had an idea. Let's unlock the hinge. Let's velocity, yeah, that direction. And a little higher. That's good. Let's lock it again. It should be about the right spot. Alright, and there. Yeah. Now I can start taking scoops down, and I mean, this thing's going to be pretty. It's going to be like a one scoop at a time type of a process, I think. But I think what I need to do.
Fuel critical.
That was close. Alright. So, let's start salvaging these. Yeah. Alright. I'm going to start taking these apart. And getting everything built on that drill. And then once I have the drill settled, that'll give me enough nickel and iron and silicon, really. Ooh. Oh, that was covering the back end of the survival kit. Alright. So, I'm going to start designing a rover, I think. Alright. Alright, here we go. And yeah. let's see, we've got a drill. Let's turn the drill on. Oh, picking up some dirt. Getting sent into the refinery. Nice. Lots of iron. Getting some good nickel, silicon, gravel, whatever. As that doesn't start filling up with dirt too. But let's check out what happens with this hinge here. Hinge lock off. Velocity. Alright.
Fuel critical.
Yes, I know. Jetpack fuel critical. You can hear the refinery turning on and off. It means it's like refining faster than the dirt is getting into it. Alright. Now, that's actually a little too deep. I want the drill head to be about there so it can push out the length of the piston. And to do that, let's get the velocity up. That should work. Piston. Velocity. Let's go out a bit at a time. Let's see how this works. It's got plenty enough space, it looks, to clear the surface there. Yeah. All right. Well, now that that's done, and I am situated here, I need to worry about a miner. Not a miner. Although it might have mining capabilities. A rover. And I don't have any cobalt, so I can't make anything that flies. And I need to get a ore detector, because, man, digging those hand-dug holes down into each of those ore deposits gets a little tiring. So, where do I want to start this? And I guess an important question is, do I want to make it large grid and take everything that I've constructed with me? Or do I want to make it small grid and have it be a little more nimble? I mean, on the one hand, it's not like this terrain is particularly difficult. I could probably get away with doing something large grid. Got the assembler and the basic refinery right there. I could even just keep what I've got already. Alright, so if I just build out a little way, a wheels out on either side, maybe extend the chassis forward or backward, which should be better. Oh, you know what? I need to consider that this connection is the only way I have in and out of this sort of closed unit here. So that's done. Let's drop it down a little bit. Right there. And here. Let's go back 1 meter per second. Scoop all that. Alright, I'm going to walk around this thing in circles a few times until I decide what I want to do, and then I'll bring you guys back when I have an idea, or at least a better one. Planet up in the sky. Alright, so I've been digging out a little bit more here. I repositioned the orientation of the drill, and as you can see down there, I'm starting to get the really solid rock. So let's give it a little bit more in terms of dropping straight down. See how that goes. All right. So let's call that our lower limit. So lower limit 72. Yep. There we go. Upper limit. We don't even need to go more than 0. So if it's 0, that'll be a straight angle out. We won't, we'll know it's off. Let's give a velocity of 0.5 RPM. Yeah. And then on the piston, button. Let's go with the velocity here. Alright, yeah, now that is starting to dig out at a good rate, although it's not picking up fast enough. I gotta pick up the hinge speed. This is taking a little bit more micromanaging than I expected it to. Oh, yeah, I don't want to catch that. Alright. Come on. Don't want it to get stuck on a rock and then break, you know? So, come on, back. Yep. So, I've been doing this and not thinking about how to turn this into a rover. It might be easier just to rebuild everything. But that would mean I'd lose out on how much charge? A lot. More than 50% of a battery's charge. Okay. Let's stop worrying about that right now. I should have plenty of material coming there. Where'd it go? Come on. There we go. Okay. That is enough to start worrying about this process. This, you know, I can stop worrying about it. Yeah, 200 nickel. I mean, let's see. To make a motor, it requires 1.6 nickel. To make a power cell, 0.67. So yeah, I should be able to. I can make a rover with that. Now I just gotta figure out which one to do. Alright, so I've made the decision that I'm going to try and make a small grid rover first. Get myself a little bit mobile. I mean, there's still more room for me to collect stone here. And I have the mine entrance is not too far. It's going to be easier for me to get moving in a small grid rover, maybe scout out a nearby source of cobalt or nickel, and I'll be able to get a small little dune buggy built up faster than I'd be able to convert this thing into a its own mobile base. So I'm gonna get to work on that, and yeah, because I want to get moving, because any time one of these things flying by could fly close enough and decide that it wants to wreck my day. So I'm gonna get to work on that, and I'll bring you guys back when I have a better design for the this is where I'm going to build out my rover. Alright. So, Rover is coming out with a... I'm starting... I like the Rover cockpit. It's too wide, so it's going to be centered on intersection, not centered on a block, which is sometimes challenging. So I'm going to have a medium cargo container back here that's a little off-center, and then next to it I'm going to have my other tools and stuff. But I needed to finish up that cockpit first because I wanted to add to here a gyro. Here we go. And that gyro can go... yeah, more than one. That'll work. So the gyro in the back there, I'll keep it from... I'll be able to use it to flip things over if I get flipped over, and I'll get myself upright. I'm going to go with just 4 wheels, but I'm going to use the large wheel, the largest wheel, the 5x5, and I think I need to have it 1 block further out so that I can... yeah, 1 block further out so I can have it on the outside of these things there, because I don't want that attaching. Anyway, I'll finish adding on these last little bits, show you the thing in wireframe, and then get to welding it up. That guy up there. Thankfully, I'd be willing to bet he's just flying too high for me to trigger his radar, so to speak. Anyway, Come on. I gotta get that system improved for sure. That's it's just not very copacetic. All right. Tire. Do tire. And I'm gonna start welding this guy up. Start with the battery. Get the battery on recharge so I can steal some of the battery power out of the large battery. Get myself fully loaded up, and then maybe I could get a solar panel built onto the back of it somehow. That'd be neat. Anyway, I got lots of greebling to do, I'm sure. I'll weld it up and get it going. Alright, well, I am all charged up, and I think I'm ready to go here. Let's start by getting this guy on auto. Yeah, and there we go. We've got gyro control, got backwards, forwards. Alright. Wheels turning. So I'm gonna, yeah, I'm gonna get out. Let's try P for right now. See what happens with parking engaged. I had an interesting idea for the front using these new beam blocks. They make for an excellent bumper, right? At least, I mean, I feel like they do. One out, and then do they have a curved beam? Yeah, they do. And then just the angle, the straight one. Well, maybe I'll do this. Alright, let's try that again. Yeah. Then, like that. Or does it even need to extend out? Maybe, yeah, maybe it'll be good to have it extend out, because then it'll interface or intersect with something. If I crash, I can bang into something and have a little bit more, well, actual bumper, you know. Oh yeah, that actually looks pretty good. Does that make it look good too? Well, while I work on finishing up this, you know, the aesthetics of the bumper here, maybe I'll paint it again. And I think the recording has gone a little long. I'd better close it and start up a next one. So I will say thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time on Survival Records.